everybody. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here with us today. My name is Laura Minkini, and I'm the core lead of AthenaDAO. We're a decentralized community looking to make an impact in women's health research. And today, we're having our first IP-NFT transfer ceremony. What does this mean? It basically means that we are funding women's health research. I am very excited to have with us the first researcher who actually got the first tranche of funding, Dr. Mario Cordero, our science lead, Dr. Stefano Pinilla, and a very special guest, two very special guests, Tyler Gulato, the CSO and co-founder of Molecule, as well as Dr. Sean Wei Hong, who is the Deputy Director of ACRLE in Singapore. So to tell you more about AthenaDAO, I'm going to have also our ops lead, Ines, who is managing this amazing live stream and is making it seem like we have a TV show for AthenaDAO, show you a slide with all our milestones so far. AthenaDAO was funded in August 2022, and less than a year ago. We actually got 50 amazing submissions in ovarian aging. From those, we came up with 6 high-caliber pre-selected projects that went to senior review. Our senior reviewers included academics, pharma experts, as well as biotech VCs. We count with 35 amazing active contributors who contributed from 4 to 10 hours a week to do work with AthenaDAO, from deal flow, comms and awareness, and anything else imaginable that pushes our mission forward. We also have amazing membership in Discord of 600 plus members. We've done more than 20 educational talks as well as community events, and have actually published two public goods. Version 1 of a reproductive health report on ovarian aging, and this month, or actually last month, or PCOS and endometriosis reproductive health report. We also have a new website up, which actually explains more about what we do. But I'm also very excited to announce that we're going to have 2 sessions, Q&A sessions this month, to actually answer all your questions. Because we know that it's tricky to understand sometimes what we do. In the Web3 community, people know what decentralized science is, and they understand IP-NFTs. But our mission is to really bring this to women everywhere so that they understand the potential of bringing advocacy and action together. We're also going to be launching our token with the new BioXYC platform, the Biotech DAO Accelerator. And this is happening at the end of the month. So Ines is going to be dropping some of the links here for you. You can register for them. You can also watch this live stream and understand more of the context of what we're trying to do. It is with a great honor that I'm going to introduce Dr. Stefano Pinilla, who's going to be talking with Dr. Mario Cordero about the science. And thank you so much for being here with us.
No, Laura, it's a pleasure. I'm Stefano Pinilla. I'm the science lead of AthenaDAO. And I'm going to introduce Dr. Mario Cordero, that is an accomplished researcher with a strong focus in inflammation and metabolism during aging. He holds a PhD in nutrition and nutritional science. And he currently serves as principal investigator at Universidad Pablo de Olavide in Seville, where he leads the inflammation and metabolism during aging research group. So Dr. Cordero's research journey began in his PhD, and he worked extensively in the NLRP3 inflammasome field. And he did a postdoc in Granada, also about the NLRP3 inflammasome. And then later he collaborated with Dr. Thomas von Singinski's laboratory in the Institute for Aging in Newcastle. Your dedication to the field, Mario, I think it's been fueled by personal challenges with ovarian aging, right? Since you had your daughter Marina through fertility techniques, and these motivated you to apply your experience in the inflammasome into ovarian aging, resulting in a very productive program. So you're a recognized expert in fertility, and I'm going to let you explain the exciting project you are bringing to AthenaDAO that we are all very excited about.
Thank you very much. It's a very big pleasure for me to be here today in this ceremony, because every scientist knows that it's very important to get grants, money to do research. But in my case, it's more pleasure that situation, because this is the first time in which I have the pleasure to get grant for a more specific project to study the ovarian aging and the health in the woman, because this is a very important topic today in the world. Please, I would like to show briefly a presentation in which, sorry. I'm trying to share with you my presentation. Okay, can you? Is uploading. Sorry for the time. Now, can you see? Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, I think now we can see it on the screen.
Perfect. It's only 3 slides to introduce the project. The principal topic of this project is to. Sorry, I cannot. Okay. Yeah, good. The principal topic of this project is to study the SIGA-16 pathway, in which we are working now. Actually, we are working about the role of this pathway in the ovarian aging. In this project, we will try to get response about the role of this pathway during the ovarian aging. We know that this pathway is involved in different form of inflammation during the aging and during the senescence in the cells. Our hypothesis that during the ovarian aging, the cells detect DNA instability during the oocyte aging, and this can induce inflammation and activation of different inflammatory pathway and induce the cell death. But when the cells detect this pathway, detect this situation in different oocytes, can induce the compensatory cell death in other oocytes. So finally, we will have a very accelerated aging on the oocyte. So we propose that during the aging, the overactivation of this SIGA-16 pathway can induce the loss oocyte during the ovarian aging, and we propose to design a small molecule to the modulation of this pathway in 3 situations, 3 important situations in which we know that the accelerated aging of the ovary is very important. The biological ovarian aging, in which a woman usually have in their ovaries, the woman with diagnostic of diminished ovarian reserve. This is a specific genetic condition in the woman, and the ovarian loss because of the oocyte loss in the ovary during the chemotherapy treatment. This is a very important side effect of the chemotherapy. We want to design small drugs to stop this process and get more possibility to get pregnant and more health for the woman. This is the 4 principal objectives in the project: the identification of the specific cells in which SIGA-16 is associated during the ovarian aging, the evaluation of this process in different conditions, and during, for example, biological aging, diagnostic in women about diminished ovarian reserves, and after the chemotherapy treatment, the modulation of this pathway using animal models with genetic modulation, and finally, the design, development, and evaluation of the pharmacological efficacy of small drugs to induce the inhibition of this pathway. So finally, I would like to say that we know very, very well the importance of this project in the woman, because my wife and me know very well how can we suffer when we want to get children. And the second problem about this is the menopause. After 7 years looking for children, my wife and me, actually now my daughter Martina, this is the most important things for me, actually, to work, to fight about this project, about the ovarian aging, to get treatment to improve the fertility in the woman and the health in the woman. So finally, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mario. And yeah, I think it's a super exciting project, and we're going to comment a little bit more about it. And I think Laura now will introduce Dr. Sean Wei. So yeah, back to you, Laura.
Thank you so much for this. And I hope my mic, I put on my headphones. I hope that my sound is a bit better. I think it's so important that everybody realizes that a lot of us are driven by our personal stories onto with this mission. And that's what's very excited about DAOs. Dr. Mario Cordero is a researcher himself, but we have contributors that are not necessarily scientists or biotech experts. They're just women that are interested in learning more about things that impact their health, or that understand that this space is massively overlooked. So we wanted to contextualize the science that Dr. Mario Cordero spoke with you with somebody who actually practices as a fertility clinician. And it's with great honor that I'm going to introduce Dr. Sean Wei Hong, who is also been a very big supporter of AthenaDAO and is actually staying up for us in Singapore to do this. Dr. Sean Wei, I'll let you introduce yourself and tell us about how this can impact women's health.
Thank you, Laura. I think it's a great pleasure that I got invited and to really look at Mario's work. So I'm basically the deputy director of NUS Singapore BioEco Asia Center for Reproductive Longevity and Equality, ACRE for short. And I am a practicing fertility specialist, and I do see women every day who really want to conceive with their partners. And really, trying to achieve a pregnancy that they desire for a long time. And many a times, being the frontliner, listening to their stories and the need, to actually, tell them what is wrong. Could there be new treatments, new solutions? Are there ways to improve, age-imposed decreased quality of number of eggs and the number of embryos that can be used to help her conceive. And many times I just tell the woman, I'm sorry, based on your age, this is the outcome that we have. And so far, the understanding is limited. And ovarian aging is a very understudied and very underfunded area of research. And personally, when I even try to look into this field myself, I'm really very taken aback that we really have so little research that's done in this area that impacts so many couples and future generations, that will, benefit so much more from understanding how the ovarian age and how it impacts human fertility, and as well as, menopause in women, which is a huge problem because it actually have direct impact on other health outcomes in the women. It's just like saying that, a woman's fertility is just so linked to her age, and there's nothing that we could do about it, and she has to accept this. And I think that Mario's research is exciting, very exciting, because now he's looking at a very focused pathway in a certain biological, mechanism that hopefully could really help us understand how the ovaries age, and perhaps, offer new treatment for women out there, who are plagued just because that, I'm getting older, or my ovaries are getting older, but I don't know anything about it until I now want to try to get pregnant, and I can't do it. So I think this is an area that really we hope, to garner more support, more interest, more funding to really sustain, this understanding on why the ovaries age. And it's one of the organs that age the earliest and fastest in women. And silently, the women don't really notice until they decided, that, they want to get pregnant or they start to have symptoms of menopause way before they are. So, I really hope that, this could carry on further, and I look forward to Mario's exciting and fascinating findings.
Thank you so much, Sean Wei. So I wanted to ask you something. Oh, let's bring back Dr. Hong. You're a clinician and you're responsible for actually bringing a lot of babies into the world. You said two important things, and this is very exciting for two reasons. Is that we could actually extend fertility and also delay ovarian aging. It was very important for us to have you here to point out the lack of resources and research in this area. But for women that when they try to think, okay, so if the research achieves something amazing, what could they mean for them in terms of their health? If you could just tell them over like their own, imagine a personal journey of a woman, if they could extend their fertility or delay menopause.
Well, I think her quality of life, and the fact that we are seeking true equality biologically as well at this point in time, where she can now make definite plans for her life. She can choose a time when she's most ready, hopefully just 1 or 2 years, to really decide and have a family of her own. And importantly, how ensuring that her own body is as young, as the ovaries are, and that she's able to carry a healthy pregnancy and going through the normal pregnancy and labor, and being well and healthy, such that she could still be a healthy mother for her child, as well as living a healthy and more wholesome life. Because menopause is also the time where women experiences suddenly all the medical problems that you think a woman is at much lower risk. For example, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, which is a huge thing, and it's all these are silent, and women don't realize until you go into menopause, where suddenly all the symptoms happens: hot flushes, fatigue, weakness. It's really a huge transition, and a very sudden transition for her. Able to delay ovarian aging not only offers, a delay of a life choice, but I think at the same time offers a chance for her to be healthier and even to contribute more to the society, at different levels, not just being a woman and a mother, but, at all levels. Contributing in this case, in your case, Laura, pushing this very important work forward, and getting more people on board, to really push this to another level.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Hong, and thank you for being with us here today. The extending quality of life for women's longevity and well-being is one of the main things why we're doing this. And it is now, I'm very happy to introduce actually Tyler Golato, who's helped us so much in making this happen, from his R&D expertise to supporting AthenaDAO through the entire journey. I remember meeting Tyler at DeSci Berlin, and it's been such a ride since then. Thank you so much for being here with us, Tyler. And can you please...
Thanks so much, Laura. I really appreciate it, and I'm super happy to be here. Oh, can you not hear me? You can hear me? Okay, sorry. Laura, I think you've lost your audio actually. Inez says she can actually hear me okay, but I think it might be a problem with your mic. In any case, thank you so much for having me, Laura. I'm really excited to be here. I'm Tyler Galato, Chief Scientific Officer and co-founder at Molecule. About 4 years ago, we founded Molecule with the intention of trying to change the way that therapeutics came to market. We were looking at incentive structures in the United States and realizing that we have a system that typically leads to drugs that maybe are not necessarily the best for healthcare outcomes ultimately coming to market. We have a system that tends to select for treatments that could be given every day to very large patient populations and that are largely profitable. And we've been really excited about the idea of trying to build tech that helps disenfranchised communities, whether it be communities that care about things like women's health, like AthenaDAO, or psychedelics for mental health, or anything that the pharmaceutical industry has typically not effectively funded or developed, or that governments, for example, have not effectively funded. And the IP-NFT was one of the first pieces of tech that we developed that we believe would be really pivotal in helping make this change. And so today I'm going to talk a little bit briefly about the IP-NFT as a framework and what it intends to do. So as many of you know, we have a fairly effective basic research process in places like the United States and Europe, even though there are still some areas that are kind of chronically underfunded, women's health research being one of them. And in order for technologies and new medicines to actually reach the clinic or reach the public, they typically have to go through the process of being translated out of academia and into industry, where they're then taken up largely by biotech companies that are then acquired or in-licensed into pharmaceutical companies that help bring therapeutics to the market. We realized that there was a tremendous lack of efficiency in how this process functioned, in that there are often researchers like Mario, for example, that have great ideas with the intention to target problems that affect many people throughout the world, but they lack the kind of funding, the translational expertise, and the help they need to actually bring those therapeutics to the clinic. What AthenaDAO does is basically it brings together a bunch of different players, researchers, enthusiasts, women who have an interest in women's health, together through a collective to actually fund breakthroughs like these using the IP-NFT technology. And an IP-NFT is simply a way to turn a piece of intellectual property or basically the early parts of a research project into something that is fundable even before a company exists. And it's done so on chain in a way that is highly liquid, in a way that enables ownership and governance in that particular research project to be distributed to a community of stakeholders. The IP-NFT is really the first step in doing that, and this transfer ceremony today will enable the AthenaDAO community to actually govern how this process develops alongside Mario. And in the future, we imagine that intellectual property tokens might actually be created from the project that enable an even broader community to get involved. And so these different tools and these different technologies, the IP-NFT, and intellectual property tokens are kind of two core pieces of technical infrastructure that Molecule has developed that we believe will help researchers like Mario and communities like AthenaDAO much more effectively bring therapeutics to market in a way that is highly community-centric, patient-first, and kind of caters to this new incentive and this new world where we imagine really the communities that need these treatments the most and these therapeutics the most, like women's health, like communities that care about women's health, are able to directly interact with researchers, directly fund them, and help them get their work off the ground. And yeah, we're really proud of the work that the AthenaDAO community has completed to date. They have, in addition to this project, a really amazing pipeline full of incredible projects with incredible researchers. And we're really, really excited to support this first step, and obviously a really pivotal day for Molecule as well, being that this is really the first IP-NFT that's being minted in women's reproductive health. And we believe, the beginning of really a movement where we see a shift in Web3 being hopefully one of the leading sources of capital coming in to fund women's health initiatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Tyler. I couldn't have said it better. As always, the best speaker in the house. Thank you again for being here, and I'm going to bring back Dr. Mario Cordero. Actually, we would love to know from him how was his experience working with AthenaDAO to get this project here. It's important for us to contextualize the amount of work that goes to getting these things done. And we've been working with Dr. Mario Cordero for some months now. Mario, I'll let you speak.
Thank you very much. I only have to say one thing. In this project, there is my personal motivation because the situation that we live, my wife and me. So I will do the better, more hard work to get the more important results in this project. This is my promise.
Thank you so much. That's so important. It's only with those kind of motivations that we're going to get things off the ground, because science is not easy. And getting these projects, it takes an incredible amount of work to get this kind of work done. So we are very, very excited to be supporting you on this. And we look forward to milestones, being able to push this science forward and potentially bring new therapeutic to women. I will let Stefano then from this speak about our science and deal flow team and how we actually have a new call for submission. Stefano, please.
Yeah, so as Laura has said, we are, this has been part of our first call for submissions, Dr. Mario Cordero's project that was focused on ovarian aging. And now we have opened a second one focused on PCOS and endometriosis. So we are receiving quite a lot of projects. We are having great projects coming in. And if you are a researcher that has a project both related to PCOS and endo or some other issue in women's health, we are very open to also review your project. And probably Mario could have said how it's working with us, that I think we have a very streamlined process, and we work very closely with researchers to not only be a traditional funder where you send the application, we say yes or no, and you never hear of us again. We try to actually work actively with the researchers to improve on the project and to basically speed up the delivery of new potential technologies to the patients. That is the objective that we have. And yeah, we have very exciting things coming up. And also, if you are a researcher or an entrepreneur that has knowledge on the field of women's health and want to contribute to the science working group, we are very happy to accept new contributors. And this is a community that is built from the ground up. So we accept new ideas, new contributors. You can always visit our website and apply and join our Discord. And we will be very happy to onboard you and work with you in advancing women's health. And yeah, I will let Laura share the amazing artwork we have for this IP-NFT and to close the ceremony.
Thank you so much, Stefano. So I want to remind everybody that this is also the first of 3 projects. So we are going to do 2 more ceremonies, and I'm very excited about them because there is a female researcher as well as some other another exciting project on fertility and ovarian and menopause. I'm going to talk about the artwork because it's very special for us. It was done by a scientist herself. And it was the sculpture. This is actually made in plasticine. It was a sculpture made of obviously the ovarian follicles. So it is to commemorate our first IP-NFT. We're using the same image of our landmark reproductive health report. We're very excited about this piece as we also do own the physical objects. So potentially one day we can actually do an auction on that physical object as well. Obviously, it shows the year in which we're minting our first IP-NFT in Roman numbers. We were very inspired by the Greco-Roman iconography, obviously with AthenaDAO. So it's the work by Dr. Hannah Selmowitz, who's also very interested in longevity and studying aging. So with that said, I have a bunch of call to actions. You already heard that we have our second call for submissions for PCOS and endometriosis. So please, you can see the links on the live stream. You can also go to our website to find them. It's also a very early days for AthenaDAO, so you can still join, become a contributor, a member, or be part of our community. More interestingly, as I said, we are also actually going to be the first BioDAO to be launching on the BioXYZ token launchpad. We're very excited about this, and we are having all hands town halls this month, both in Discord and also in Zoom for those who prefer one or the other. The link is also being posted here, and you can find it on our social media at AthenaDAO, both in Instagram and on IG. We are very happy to have had you here. Thank you so much. It's very early days for AthenaDAO. There's still so much work to do and so much opportunities. So if you want to join, please do not hesitate to say hi. And we are very excited to be able to make a difference in women's health research, what we call the most overlooked opportunity in biotech, when you consider half of the world's population is ready for this. Thank you again, and hope to see you in our community. Until next time.